Warm Calvary greetings to our highly esteemed listeners out there. We thank you for being there for us always. This is the End Time Prophetic News coming to you live and direct from the stable of the Ordained Radio Gospel Ministry, situated here at the Capstone Prophetic Miracle Life Ministry of Joy Ibadan. My name is Alfred Jimo. I welcome you to End Time Prophetic News. Without much ado, let us go straight into the highlights of today's news. Weaponizing satellite technology, setting the pace for the space war of the Antichrist. Deployment of automatic license plate readers, no hiding place from the Antichrist. Updates on the Red Heifer and the Third Temple, new narrative emerging. Weaponizing the satellite technology, setting a stage for the space war of the Antichrist. The stage appeared to be set for the Antichrist space war as prophesied in Revelation chapter 12 verse 7 and Revelation chapter 13 verse 4 to 7. As the satellite technology is now being weaponized in preparation for a supremacy war among the superpowers of the world. According to a news item called From Prophecy News Watch, a specialized prophetic news site, a rat race and struggle for dominance and strategic advantage has begun between the three of the superpower nations of the world, that is, Russia, China, and the United States of America. Since 1973, when the USA Department of Defense invented the Global Positioning System, GPS, and launched its first full constellation of 24 GPS-linked satellites in 1978, the growth of satellite technology and application has grown in leaps and bounds. Every day, most of us rely heavily on satellite operations without noticing. Our satellites work with the GPS to keep global trade moving, power our communications, feed our weather forecast, and form the central nervous system of military defense of nations of the world. As of now, over 12,000 active satellites deployed by different nations of the world are now orbiting the planet Earth, serving as the human unseen eyes or infrastructure of both global economies and national security. These satellites are the first to spot missiles being launched anywhere on planet Earth, thereby giving the nations enough warning for preparation and counter-offensive. Right now, there is an ongoing struggle between Russia, China, and USA to outclass one another with technology that could knock off the satellite and render it non-effective. While Russia is said to be developing a space-based nuclear weapon designed to take out virtually every satellite in low Earth orbit at once, China, in addition to its expansionist policy in Africa, Asia, and Latin America, through its own Beidou navigation system, which competes favorably with the American GPS, has also invested in anti-satellite weaponry such as laser that can dazzle or disable optics, cyber capabilities that can hijack signals, and missiles capable of physically destroying satellites in orbit. The USA is also said responding to all of this by creating the Space Force, a dedicated branch of the military saddled with protecting America's orbital assets. All of these technologies and superstructures shall be taken over by the Antichrist to wage the last war of Armageddon and the war of Gog and Magog. But victory shall be for our God, who himself is the captain of the Lord of hosts. Time up. The end is here. Run to Jesus Christ before it is too late. Deployment of automatic license plate reader, APLR. No hiding place from the Antichrist. Consciously or unconsciously, scientists and inventors are inventing technologies that will assist the Antichrist to carry out some of his seemingly impossible tasks, which the Bible has said the Antichrist will perform. In Revelation chapter 13, the great apostle John the Beloved prophesied about so many things which Antichrist will do, many of which borders on having control over the human population and their activities. To be able to control, he must be able to monitor everybody on earth. With the robotic tech, AI, and now automatic plate number reader technologies, it has now become impossible to be able to hide from the Antichrist. As recorded in Revelation chapter 12 verse 1 to 6, only those who are hid by God in the wilderness will be saved from the eyes of the Antichrist and escape from the great tribulation. Further to many tracking technology, the APLR technology, that is automatic plate license readers technology, mounted on city roads and highways, are now becoming popular in advanced countries of the world and even in third world countries of the world. This technology has a powerful camera that reads and captures the plate numbers of all vehicles driven on the road and persistently tracking them to know where these vehicles visit daily and at all times. This technology is now being embraced by municipal traffic authorities in major cities of the world, including Lagos, Nigeria, and other parts of Africa, Asia, and Latin America. It is certain that this will ultimately fall into the hands of the Antichrist at the end of the age, and he will use it to monitor and track those who did not go in the translation for purposes of marking, persecution, and torture. The way out of this is to prepare to go in the rapture of the saints. Time up. The end is here. Run to Jesus Christ today. Tomorrow might be too late. Updates on the Red Heifer and Third Temple. New narratives emerging. Recently, a new narrative emerged pointing to the conspiracy theory and diversionary tactics on the Red Heifer and the Third Temple. Recently, the news media and blogs have been awash that the 5 Red Heifer being anticipated to be sacrificed and used for the purification of the high priest and the Third Temple have all been disqualified, putting the chances of the Jews resuming their temple ritual worship at another distant day. In the same vein, but contrariwise, another news has it that some groups of Third Temple advocates have identified another location adjacent to the rock dome where the Third Temple could be built. The new emerging narrative is that the so-called disqualification of the Red Heifer, an alternative site for the Third Temple, might be a deliberate attempt to calm down tensions among the Muslim world, while Israel perfects its plan to raise the Third Temple and perform the purification sacrifice for both the high priest and the Third Temple using elements of surprise. If this narrative is true, it shows that time is pretty short, as anything could happen at any time. Matthew chapter 24 verse 44, Jesus said, and I quote, "Be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh." End of quote. This is where we shall be returning from the scavenging for end-time prophetic news today. But before we call it a quit, let us go through the headlines once again. Weaponizing the satellite technology, setting the stage for the space war of the Antichrist. Deployment of automatic license plate readers, APLR, no hiding place from the Antichrist. Update on the Red Heifers and the Third Temple, new narratives emerging. This is a convenient point to draw the curtain on the end-time prophetic news today. My name once again is Alfred Jimo. But before I go, please don't forget to follow, like, and share end-time prophetic news and all our programs on this station. By so doing, you may be arousing someone to salvation or to the consciousness of the second coming of the Lord and of the end time. From all of us here in the studio, it is bye for now. Stay alert, stay rapturable. Maranatha.